This year, we have been a part of God's vision for the world. The Spirit has transformed us through our worship, prayers, generosity, service, and witness. The Spirit has moved us from the church to the lighthouse, to the larger United Methodist Church, to our neighbors, and to all the world. In January, we started the year with a series on mental health. Adults shared with our youth about the mental health challenges they have faced and how they got help. We created a web page with resources to help our community. We even had a movie night together. It was a powerful season of learning and growing together. In February, our youth had a pancake breakfast to raise money for scholarships that they would use later in that year for camp. We learned together through Sunday school classes and small groups throughout the year. And just like our adults, our kids shared special music including a bell choir and organ music, making worship a truly intergenerational experience. This year, the whole church came together to make sure Zach graduated high school and started classes at Ivy Tech. Talk about transforming lives! The kids grew like the flowers they helped plant, and families of all ages connected at the pool. We also had our vacation Bible school, where we learned not just about racing cars from some of our church members, but about Elijah and God. One of our kids said it was the best VBS they ever went to. That is only what happened inside our community, though. There was even more that happened at the lighthouse. Not only did we continue to teach and grow through Kids Club, but we were able to send many of our lighthouse kids to camp this year. We connected with our neighbors at the lighthouse through annual events. We celebrated new life through our Easter egg hunt. We welcomed summer with our neighbors, and then ended summer with shopping trips for school supplies. Then, this fall, we connected with costumes, music, and pumpkin painting. But life was not limited to our church building or trailer. It kept flowing. It flowed through our connections with the wider United Methodist Church. That started with our Lagrange County cluster of churches coming together for worship and for outreach events. It continued with Aldersgate Youth Group coming all the way from Fort Wayne to our Nerf Tag Night. While we had gone down and hung out with them in Fort Wayne, this was the first time they came up to us. We financially supported 21 kids with the UMC camp scholarships. They met other kids from throughout the state, kids that they stay in touch with through social media throughout the year. We got to hear how they grew as disciples as they led worship on Camp Sunday. We sent 7 people, adults and youth, to annual conference to connect with Methodists throughout the state. And for over one half of them, this was a new experience. They were not only changed by preaching and teaching and music, but they brought resources home for us to use all year long. This was also a very intergenerational group, including teens and adults. Also this summer, 5 of our church members, again, adults and youth, went to Mission U. And we didn't just send people, we sent leaders. And we didn't just send experienced leaders, but new leaders. That pattern of developing new leaders through experience, that pattern of developing leaders for the wider church, continued when we teamed up with Cal UMC to provide an internship for one of their church members this fall. Hey, that's me! We didn't stop there. Like the river, we reached out to our neighbors and to the spiritually dead parts of the world, sharing life everywhere we went. We went to our neighbors here in Lagrange. We met them as they got off the bus with a healthy snack and a friendly face. We made care packages for Lakeland Lakers headed to solo and ensemble, and to Lakers headed to state for wrestling and academic team. When one of our youth heard the show choir needed a quick dinner at a late practice, she said, "My church can help with that," and we got them pizza. We celebrated Jesus coming into Jerusalem by laying down our garments, and those Palm Sunday donations went to our local school nurse's office for kids who found themselves needing help. We welcomed young artists to use our building to share their art with the community at the Youth Arts Festival.
She glanced this way, I thought I saw, and when we touched she didn't shut her out by more. No, it can't be, I'll just ignore, but then she's never looked at me that way before.
We welcomed Lydia to lead us in this venture. Our youth group were her essential volunteers. They ran the welcome table, ran sound equipment, and emceed. Meanwhile, our adults hosted and provided a concession stand. Along with our NELCC friends, we fed carnival workers and said thank you for the work they do. We were able to share God's love with the people who spent a very short time in our community. And when our neighbors have been outside this fall, we have made sure to meet them with neighborly kindness. At Corn School, our kids shared the many ways we connect with our neighbors with their flow and did an awesome job of handing out goodies. Our adults passed out popcorn and hot dogs to our neighbors during the town's trick-or-treating while our kids enjoyed the holiday. We even had a circuit rider join us for the night. We didn't just reach out to our immediate neighbors. We served lunch at the Fort Wayne Rescue Mission. We served people throughout the state with our partnership with the Lucille Rains residents. And our youth went all the way to Washington, D.C. to learn how to make systemic change, not just for Lagrange, but for our entire country. There is a lot to celebrate. God has been working in us, through us, and with us, and I wonder what He holds for us in 2026.